Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into the story of one of Southeast Asia's most important railway manufacturers, a company that represents Indonesia's industrial ambitions and technological progress, PT Industri Kereta Api, more commonly known as PT INKA. While Indonesia is often associated with its beautiful islands, tourism, or natural resources, few people outside the region realize that the country also has a growing and powerful railway industry, with PT INKA right at the heart of it. Over the next few minutes, let us take a detailed journey into the past, present, and future of this company, exploring how it has grown from a modest local manufacturer into a global exporter of trains, carriages, and rolling stock, proudly carrying the Made in Indonesia label across continents. The story of PT INKA begins in 1981, when the Indonesian government recognized the need for a domestic railway manufacturing company. At that time, Indonesia's railway system was heavily reliant on imports, mainly from Europe and Japan. This dependency made it expensive to maintain and modernize the system, especially since imported spare parts and carriages were not always tailored for Indonesia's unique climate and infrastructure conditions. To solve this, the government transformed a small railway workshop in Madiun, East Java, into a full-fledged state-owned company dedicated to designing and producing railway vehicles. This was the birth of PT INKA, and it marked a turning point for Indonesia's industrial independence. In its early years, PT INKA focused on producing simple passenger coaches and freight wagons, mostly to serve the domestic market. The company's workforce was young and relatively inexperienced, but the ambition was huge. With support from the state and through partnerships with established international railway companies, PT INKA began learning advanced techniques, absorbing engineering knowledge, and gradually improving its production capacity. The location of Madiun was not a coincidence either. This city already had a long history of railway activities dating back to the Dutch colonial era, when the Dutch East Indies government built workshops for maintaining locomotives and carriages. This gave PT INKA a symbolic connection to Indonesia's railway heritage, while also anchoring it firmly in the country's industrial present. As the 1990s arrived, PT INKA expanded its product range. The company began to design and manufacture diesel multiple units DMUs and electric multiple units EMUs, which were increasingly important for modern commuter rail systems. Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, was rapidly growing into a megacity, and the need for efficient urban transportation was urgent. PT INKA supplied trains for Jabodetabek's commuter network, proving that Indonesian engineers could produce reliable rolling stock for mass transit. At the same time, PT INKA continued to build freight wagons, flatbeds, and tank cars to serve Indonesia's logistics sector, which was vital for transporting goods across the archipelago. The Asian financial crisis of 1997 to 1998 was a tough period for many Indonesian industries, and PT INKA was no exception. Orders slowed down, government budgets were strained, and the company had to struggle for survival. Yet, instead of collapsing, PT INKA used this difficult period as an opportunity to restructure and refocus. By the early 2000s, it was back on track, stronger than before, and ready to take on more ambitious projects. This resilience became one of PT INKA's defining characteristics, a company that adapts, innovates, and survives no matter the challenge. One of the most remarkable aspects of PT INKA's story is its transformation from a domestic supplier to an international exporter. Starting in the late 2000s, the company began delivering passenger coaches and freight wagons to countries in Southeast Asia, such as Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines. Later, PT INKA reached even farther, exporting rolling stock to Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Mozambique, and even Zambia. These exports not only brought in valuable revenue but also showcased Indonesia's engineering talent on the global stage. Today, when people board trains in Dhaka or Maputo, there's a good chance they are riding inside a PT INKA coach, built thousands of kilometers away in Madiun. Bangladesh, in particular, has become one of PT INKA's biggest international customers. The country's railway system is vast, and the demand for modern coaches is enormous. PT INKA signed multiple contracts worth hundreds of millions of dollars to supply passenger carriages to Bangladesh Railways. These contracts help position PT INKA as a trusted partner in South Asia, while also proving that Indonesia could compete against established global players like India, China, and Korea. Delivering hundreds of coaches abroad also tested PT INKA's production capacity and forced the company to modernize its factories, invest in better equipment, and train more skilled workers. Another milestone in PT INKA's evolution has been its role in Indonesia's high-speed rail and modern commuter train projects. Indonesia, with its growing urban population and traffic congestion problems, has been investing heavily in rail infrastructure. PT INKA has participated in the production of trains for the new Jakarta-Bandung high-speed railway, which is the first of its kind in Southeast Asia. While the core high-speed train sets are supplied by China, PT INKA has contributed by building supporting rolling stock, maintenance facilities, and feeder trains. This collaboration allows PT INKA to absorb high-speed rail technology, which can later be applied to its own designs. The Jakarta-Bandung line is not just a transportation project, but also a learning platform for PT INKA's engineers, who are gaining first-hand experience in the world of 300 km H-rail systems. Beyond high-speed trains, PT INKA has also been producing light rail vehicles for Indonesian cities. The Palembang LRT, built for the 2018 Asian Games, was one of PT INKA's most visible achievements. The sleek, modern design of the trains impressed both locals and foreign visitors, showing that Indonesia could produce stylish and efficient urban transit vehicles. PT INKA has also supplied trains for the Jabodebek LRT system in Greater Jakarta, which represents the next step in modernizing Indonesia's public transportation. These projects are crucial not just for improving mobility but also for building national pride in locally made technology. One of PT INKA's biggest strengths is its ability to customize trains for specific environments. Unlike Europe or Japan, Indonesia faces unique challenges such as tropical heat, high humidity, and frequent flooding. PT INKA designs its trains with these conditions in mind, ensuring that ventilation, materials, and mechanical systems can withstand the climate. This adaptability also appeals to international customers in Africa and Asia, where conditions are often similar. A train built in Madiun is more likely to survive the hot summers of Mozambique or the monsoon rains of Bangladesh than a train designed exclusively for Europe's mild climate. Technological innovation has also been at the heart of PT INKA's growth. In recent years, the company has been experimenting with battery electric trains and hybrid propulsion systems. Indonesia, like many other countries, is looking for ways to reduce carbon emissions and embrace cleaner energy. PT INKA has already unveiled prototypes of battery-powered trains that can run on non-electrified lines, which could be a game-changer for many parts of the country's vast railway network. If these innovations succeed, Indonesia could leapfrog into the future of green mobility, positioning PT INKA not just as a manufacturer but as a pioneer in sustainable transport. PT INKA's factories themselves are impressive symbols of Indonesia's industrialization. The main plant in Madiun covers a massive area and employs thousands of workers, ranging from welders and machinists to engineers and designers. In recent years, PT INKA has invested in expanding its facilities, including a new modern plant in Banyuwangi, East Java, which focuses on producing export-quality rolling stock. These factories are not just workplaces, they are training grounds for the next generation of Indonesian engineers. Many employees who start as apprentices eventually grow into experienced specialists, contributing to the company's long-term strength. Financially, PT INKA has become one of the most profitable state-owned enterprises in Indonesia. Large contracts with foreign governments have boosted its revenues, while domestic projects provide a stable base. However, competition remains fierce. China's CRRC, Japan's Kawasaki, and Korea's Hyundai Rotem are all giants in the global railway industry, with decades of experience and massive financial resources. PT INKA cannot compete on sheer scale, but it positions itself as a flexible, affordable, and customer-friendly alternative, offering solutions that are tailored rather than standardized. Looking toward the future, PT INKA has big ambitions. The company wants to expand deeper into Africa and the Middle East, where many countries are upgrading their railway infrastructure. There are also plans to design and build Indonesia's own fully homegrown high-speed train, using technology gradually absorbed from international partnerships. PT INKA is also exploring opportunities in freight logistics, creating not just wagons but integrated transport systems that link rail, road, and ports. If these plans succeed, PT INKA could evolve from being simply a train manufacturer into a comprehensive transportation solutions provider. But beyond technology and markets, PT INKA carries a symbolic meaning for Indonesia. It represents the country's determination to stand on its own feet.